Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. Today I've got a super simple plant-based dinner recipe for you. I'm going to show you how to make a 5-ingredient vegan spinach lasagna. And this recipe came basically because we were very low on groceries and I was craving something comforting. I had the ingredients on hand and it's super simple to make. It only takes about 30-ish minutes, probably like 10 minutes hands-on time, and it couldn't be more delicious. Cheesy, saucy, spinachy, just so good. So all of the ingredients and instructions and everything like that are in the blog post, so I've linked that down in the description box for you. And if you don't have store-bought vegan ricotta, I also have a tofu ricotta recipe that you can use in place of this, which works equally as well. It's so delicious. Just adds a few more ingredients, but it's really good. So that's also an option if you can't find vegan ricotta in the store. And before we dive in, I would love to just quickly encourage you to subscribe if you are not yet part of our community here on YouTube. If you enjoy videos like this, then we would love to have you, and this is the perfect place for you to be. So you can just tap the red button right below this video. It says subscribe, and that will subscribe you. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive in. So here is a quick overview of the ingredients. We have pre-cooked the noodles and sauteed the spinach, since I know you guys already know how to do that. So I'm basically just going to show you the best way to assemble this awesome lasagna. So we are going to start with a base of tomato sauce. I usually do about 1/4 cup per layer. And then just use the back of your spoon to spread it out evenly. Make sure you get it into the corners. And then you are going to do a layer of your noodles. And I am gluten-free, so I did gluten-free brown rice lasagna noodles. And these are the kind that you pre-cook, but all you have to do is just look at the package instructions on your noodles. Sometimes they don't need to be cooked ahead, so just check out the instructions and you can use any type of lasagna noodle that you want. So do a layer of lasagna noodle, and then we will do our ricotta. I am using the almond milk ricotta from Kite Hill. They sell this at my grocery store locally, and I use about 1.5 tubs, which is about 12-ish ounces, so like 1.5 cups of ricotta. If you don't have access to this, you can totally use the tofu ricotta that I made in the various other lasagnas that I've shared before, so I'll link that down below for you. It's only a few simple steps. You just like blend it up in your food processor or blender, and it has a very similar consistency, and it's also delicious. So just spread out that ricotta once you've got it dolloped on there, and sprinkle, this is optional, but sprinkle on some Italian seasoning. And then we will do a sprinkle of the spinach. Just kind of do, I don't know, maybe like 1/4 cup. Top that with some of your tomato sauce, an additional about 1/4 cup or so, and then use your spoon again to kind of spread it all out so the sauce gets nice and even across. This is going to help your lasagna stay really nice and kind of gooey and saucy and delicious. Next, we are going to just follow this same exact formula, I guess. So you do a layer of pasta, then you do a layer of ricotta, then you do the spinach. You can add in the sprinkle of seasoning if you want, and then you'll do your tomato sauce and just repeat until you've filled up your pan or used up most of your ingredients. And once you get to your final layer, you're just gonna have the tomato and spinach. So you'll top that with your lasagna noodles, and then you'll just do one final layer of tomato sauce and sprinkle on some vegan cheese. The vegan cheese, again, is optional. So I would say that this recipe is like between 3 and 5 ingredients, depending on what you want to use. So some of the ingredients are optional, like the Italian seasoning is optional and the cheese on top is optional. I just personally find that giving the vegan cheese on top, it just like has more of a real authentic feel to it. If real lasagna has cheese on top, like bubbly brown bits of cheese on top. So I like to kind of emulate that if I can. Otherwise, once you have your lasagna all ready to go, you can just pop this in a 375-degree oven. And this recipe cooks for about 45 minutes. I say that because it depends on your noodles. So if your noodles are pre-cooked, it's going to take less time to cook. If they are not pre-cooked, it's going to take longer to cook. So just look at the package instructions. Most lasagna boxes have cooking times on the package. So just follow the cooking times based on your noodles. But otherwise, Otherwise, I recommend that when you are ready to serve it, you let the lasagna sit for a good 10 minutes before you cut into it. This just kind of lets the cheese set, it lets the sauce set, and it just makes it easier to cut into. It's not as cheesy, I guess, and melty. So this recipe serves 8 people, so you can just cut it into 8 even-ish squares, as even as you can get. And you can just dig right in. I'm going to show you how I like to serve it, but I scoop it onto our plates and then I finish it with a little bit of grated vegan parm. I get it from Violife. It's so good. But you could also just do nutritional yeast, and I did a few fresh pieces of basil and some red pepper flakes to give my pasta a little heat. I always have red pepper flakes with Italian food. And that's pretty much it. It's easy peasy. And there you have it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's vegan lasagna recipe. I know I've shared a few other lasagnas on the blog before as well as on the channel, and I have to say this might be my favorite. It is so easy to make, and it's also really customizable. So if you don't have spinach, you could use a different green. You could add different veggies if you want. You can use whatever kind of tomato sauce you want. You could use the other ricotta that I mentioned. You can leave out the cheese. Basically, it's completely customizable based on what you have on hand. So if you have any specific questions, if there's an ingredient that you want to try that you're not sure if it's going to work with, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to help you out. If you did enjoy this recipe, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. And as I mentioned in the beginning, it is linked down in the description box for you if you want to make it. So before we go, I would just like to encourage you one more time, if you are not yet part of our community here on YouTube. We just hit the 300,000 mark, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching my videos and for being part of this awesome tribe here on YouTube. So if you are not yet part of our tribe here, there's a red button right below this video. It says subscribe. You can just tap that button, and don't forget to turn on your notifications by clicking that little bell. That will just make sure that you never miss another video. Otherwise, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.